Hannah, you're getting married, right? I haven't received the wedding invitation yet. Why is that? Huh? How do you even know about that? How do I know? Well? That old man spilled the beans, didn't he? I specifically told him not to say anything. Hey, don't talk about Grandpa like that. What's wrong with calling him an old man? He's getting up there in age, isn't he? Honestly, you have such a foul mouth. I can't believe someone with a mouth like yours is even able to get married. And who are you to talk, Miss Spinster? You're still single, right? And at your age, too. Isn't that just sad? Well, excuse me, I've been focusing on my career. But still, why didn't you tell me you were having a wedding? Oh, I guess I forgot. Excuse me? I mean, I didn't think it mattered to you anyway. Even if I told you, you wouldn't show up, right? Why bother? It's my little sister's wedding. Of course I would come to something so important. Yeah, sure, you say that now, but you've never once shown up to anything important for me. Every single time, it's always, oh, I'm too busy with work, or sorry, I can't make it. You work as a janitor, right? What is that even worth? A job like that doesn't pay much, does it? A bottom of the ladder stuff. That's... Seriously, with just a high school diploma, what else can you expect? You can only land those dead-end jobs. And how many times have you bailed on me in the last month? I can't even count. I didn't bail. If I couldn't make it, I told you clearly in advance. Sure, when I first started working right after high school, I was really busy. And yeah, I couldn't make it to a lot of your events. But it was for you. I worked myself to the bone because I wanted to support you. I never asked for that. Hannah... I mean, you're the one who decided to start working out of nowhere. Don't go acting all high and mighty, pretending you're doing it for me. It's so fake. I know the truth. You just wanted to hide the fact that you were too dumb to get into college. That's why you're using me as an excuse. I see through it all. It's pathetic, really. People like you who couldn't make it to college are always taking advantage of others. It's disgusting. I see. You must be feeling pretty stressed out with the wedding coming up. It's clear we can't have a proper conversation while you're in this mood. Let's talk another time, okay? I'll call you later. Hannah, what is going on here? Huh? What do you mean? I'm really busy today, you know, with my wedding. So please don't bother me with pointless things. There's no seat for me at your wedding. I don't see my name on the guest list. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Why are you even here? Why am I here? Grandpa invited me since I'm representing the family. What? Oh, that makes no sense at all. You weren't even invited and yet you just show up like this? Seriously? Do you honestly think there would be a seat for you? Wait, what do you mean by that? Come on, think about it. Did you seriously expect that there would be a place for you at my wedding? I mean, you're basically just a garbage picker. Isn't that what you do for a living? Clean up other people's trash? You're no better than a beggar. And guess what? There's no seat for beggars here. Hannah, don't joke like that. Why are you being so cruel? How could you say something like this to me, your own sister? Cruel? Me? I'm not being cruel. What's cruel is you showing up here reeking like garbage and ruining my special day. Honestly, you're a walking nuisance. Do you even realize how embarrassing it is for you to be here? You're like a walking pile of trash. You should be out by the incinerator, not here with my guests. And seriously, even if you took a shower, I bet the smell is still stuck to you, huh? Hannah, I worked so hard for you to support you all these years. Is this really what you think of me? Support me? Don't make me laugh. I never asked you to drop out of college to become a janitor for my sake. That's your own sad little life choice. And guess what? There's no room for someone like you at my wedding. You're better off standing in the hallway or maybe watching from outside the window. Enough, I am leaving. Oh, what a shame.
Sienna, you haven't shown up at the family room. Is something wrong?
Grandpa, I'm sorry. I'm actually about to leave.
Leave? There's only an hour left until the ceremony. What happened?
Well...
So, Hannah said all those terrible things to you? Honestly, knowing her, I'm not even surprised.
What? What are you saying?
You see, Sienna, you worked yourself to the bone to provide for Hannah, right? Thanks to your hard work, both of you were able to stay with us instead of ending up in the system. But as a result, you moved into company housing to earn money and didn't get to see Hannah much, did you?
That's true, but it's not like I had any other choice. With just your pensions, there was no way you could afford to raise 2 kids. If I didn't work, both Hannah and I would have ended up in a foster home. I couldn't let that happen.
Yes, I understand. We were barely getting by on our own financially. You going to work right after high school is what kept us afloat. But Hannah was still in middle school then, you know? It was a rough time for her emotionally. She acted out a lot more than you realize.
What? She did?
We didn't tell you because we didn't want to burden you when you had just started working. You'd already been through so much, losing your parents so suddenly, and we thought Hannah would eventually settle down. My wife and I tried to watch over her as best we could.
I didn't know.
But it seems Hannah never really changed her attitude. She could never accept or understand the sacrifices you made working in cleaning. She just saw it as something shameful. She kept saying, Sienna's a garbage collector and now people look down on me because of it. She grew to resent you for it. I'm sorry, Sienna. We should have been firmer with her, but we were naive. We believed she'd grow out of it, but that was a mistake.
Don't say that. If it hadn't been for you and Grandma, I wouldn't have been able to go to work in the first place. The only reason I made it through those tough times is because you were there for me. You helped me out so much whenever I was overwhelmed at work or when I was facing challenges I didn't think I could handle. You always encouraged me. So please don't say it was your fault.
Sienna.
Besides, Hannah had plenty of time to change her views. At first, of course, after losing our parents and suddenly living with you and Grandma, I understood why she acted out. She was in pain, we all were. But to carry that same bitterness and prejudice into adulthood, that's her responsibility now. She chose not to grow.
Hannah, I love her because she's my granddaughter, but after this, I can't see her as family anymore. We failed her, not stopping her from becoming so cruel. If we don't act now, things will only get worse. I can't allow her to cause more harm, not like this.
You don't have to do that, Grandpa. That's my job.
Huh?
It was my fault that Hannah spiraled out of control. I avoided talking to her. I didn't try to work things out. I thought that just providing money was enough. I should have tried harder to connect with her, and because I didn't, this is what happened. I'm the reason she's turned out this way, and now it's my responsibility to fix it. As her sister, this is the least I can do to make up for my failures.
But Sienna, how are you gonna handle it? Hannah is so far gone. She doesn't respect you or what you've done for her. She won't listen.
I don't know yet, but I'll find a way. She might hate me, she might never change. But I can't just let her keep going down this path without at least trying to reach her one last time. I have to. I owe it to her and to myself.
You've always been so strong, Sienna, but remember, you don't have to do this alone. If Hannah won't change, we'll still be here to support you, no matter what happens.
Thank you, Grandpa. I know this won't be easy, but I can't just walk away. Not without trying to make things right.
Well, whatever you decide, we'll stand by you. But promise me, Sienna, don't let her hurt you again. You've already sacrificed so much, you deserve better.
I promise, Grandpa, and thank you for always being there. Now I'd better go talk to her before the ceremony starts. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it.
Good luck, Sienna. Whatever happens, we're proud of you.
Thanks. I'll let you know how it goes. Pick up the phone and get back to the ceremony now. Do you have any idea what a mess you've caused by not being here? Ugh. Why is it that you, a worthless, bottom-feeding piece of trash, always has to ruin everything for me? I swear I wish I could throw your entire existence into a garbage incinerator. Wow, that's quite the way to talk, Hannah. You're telling me to come back, but I've already left, so I'm not coming back. You selfish brat! Because you walked out on your own, the whole ceremony has been interrupted. Do you realize the groom's side is questioning why you're not here, and now I have to deal with that? You must have done something. That's why Grandpa had to butt in and say things he shouldn't have. I bet this was all you're doing from the start. You're the worst. I haven't done anything. I left because, well, isn't that exactly what you wanted? Then get back here right now. Everything will settle down if you just show up, so stop being such a selfish brat and get back here. Do you really want me to come back? What? Are you so dumb now you can't even understand basic English? I've been telling you to get back here, you pathetic, low-life piece of trash. Is your head so full of garbage that you can't even understand that much? I am honestly shocked. It's amazing how much venom you can spew. I can't believe my little sister has turned into such a monster. What did you just say? Anyway, I'll come back to the ceremony. But I'll be doing it for the sake of the other guests. You've caused them enough trouble already. I guess it's time I made sure you learn a lesson. Because up until now, no matter how many times I've had to clean up your messes, you never learned anything. What are you even talking about? Just stop ruining my wedding, you pathetic bottom feeder. Just get over here already. Understood. But I'll ruin the wedding. This time, it's my turn. You're really saying unnecessary things. Right now, you should apologize for lying and kneel before my husband. If you do that, maybe I'll still let you off with just a $30,000 settlement. No one would believe a lowlife like you anyway, but just come and correct it quickly before the public gets the wrong idea. I came back as you said, and yet you're treating me like this? It's because you're doing such strange things. I told you to come back. I didn't say to hurl insults. A lowlife like you should just bow your head and keep quiet. Why are you so angry? Of course I'm angry. My husband is the president. He is not someone a lowlife should even be speaking to. Aren't you embarrassed to spout off such delusions without even realizing that? Well, if someone is the president, they wouldn't say something rude to someone who practically paid for the wedding. Besides, the event has already been canceled and the guests have gone home. Huh? What do you mean by that? The money for the ceremony was provided by our grandparents. That's what I wanted to talk about. All the costs for this wedding were covered by me. I heard that you were begging your grandparents for money. For me, it's my little sister's wedding as she's marrying into another family, and I thought since this is the last time, I would cover the expenses. While our grandparents said they would pay, they also need money for their hospital bills. Why are you paying for it? Although I've been busy and hardly able to see you, you were still my adorable little sister in my eyes. I had no doubt about paying to celebrate your wedding. But the cute little sister I once knew is nowhere to be found now. You wouldn't want money from a lowlife, would you? Huh? I don't want to make you feel bad, but I'm going to ask for all the money spent on the wedding back. What? Why would it end up like that? I'm not going to pay anything to a lowlife. And more importantly, just correct it already. He's furious and talking about divorce. This is all your fault. I could have married a president and hit the jackpot. Don't ruin my life. You've really got some nerve acting like this. The moment I walked into this situation, I could see how chaotic it was. This isn't just about you. It affects everyone involved, especially since your husband is a respected person in the community. You can't just drag people down like this. You think I care about your opinion? Who do you think you are? You think your little moral lesson is going to work on me? Just fix this. I can't let my husband walk out on me over your nonsense. You are missing the point completely. It's not just my responsibility to fix it. You need to take accountability for your actions. You're the one who created this mess, not me. If you want respect, maybe you should consider how you treat others first. Respect from you? What a joke. You think I'm going to take advice from someone like you? This is all about preserving my image. You should be grateful I even let you into my life. Grateful? For what? Allowing me to be a part of your life while you treat me like garbage? I'm tired of being your scapegoat. I won't stand for it any longer. If you think you can just walk all over me and get away with it, you've got another thing coming. Oh, spare me the drama. You're just a lowly cleaning worker trying to act tough. If you really cared about me, you'd want what's best for me, not create these ridiculous demands and act all high and mighty. It's not about acting tough. It's about standing my ground. And frankly, if you cared at all about your family, you wouldn't be so dismissive of my feelings in our past. I've sacrificed a lot for you and the family, and this is how you repay me? You've sacrificed nothing. You only put yourself first. If you truly cared, you would have tried to be a better sister instead of acting like you're above everyone else. I have every right to protect my life and my happiness. And if you can't respect that, then I don't need you in my life at all. You're unbelievable. Just when I thought you might have a shred of decency left, you go and say something like that. You're going to ruin everything. No, you are. This is on you. If you want to salvage your wedding and your relationship, you better think long and hard about your actions and how they affect everyone around you. I am no longer your punching bag. Are you kidding me? This scam artist, why do I have to pay $150,000? And I just got a call from my lawyer. What did you do? What do you mean, what did I do? I'm just settling the debts I covered for you all this time. Huh? This makes no sense. I didn't borrow any money. Stop with your nonsense. I'll sue you for fraud. This is a serious crime. You, the pathetic bottom feeder, have finally turned into a criminal. With that brain of yours, you should just stay quietly in prison. You see, the total amount includes your tuition fees from the university you attend, your allowance, and the average of your living expenses so far. I have the detailed statement ready to send to you if you don't believe me. What? You went to college without any scholarships. All the payments you've received until now were from me. No way. There's no way you could have covered all that. You really think a bottom feeder like me could pull that off? Look at you, laughing, thinking I'm a criminal. You truly believe I could lie so obviously and still get away with it? Well, I'm the president of my company, you know. What? While you were blissfully living at Grandpa's house, I was out there working without any free time for myself. You used to say it's because you graduated high school that you're stuck as a cleaner. Those words weren't wrong. The truth is, the only company that would hire me was a cleaning company. Of course, you're just trash in society. Honestly, there were times when I worked from morning until night and collapsed from exhaustion. I've cried for wanting my own time. But as I kept working hard at the cleaning job, I started getting recognition from those around me. That's how I got where I am today. But why is a bottom feeder even a president? That's absurd. You don't have the knowledge to run a business. True, I didn't have it at first, but after working for about 7 years, one of my mentors started his own company. He offered me the position of co-owner because he recognized my skills. What? How did you get involved in something so incredible? You gain trust when you've worked in the same place for 7 years. But when I got that offer, I was worried. I was just 25 years old, and after a lot of thinking, I decided to consult Grandpa about it. So Grandpa knew about you? Yes, but I asked him to keep it a secret. There was a chance things might not work out, and I didn't want him to worry. I thought he might discourage me, but he said, if you're young, it's okay to make mistakes. If anything goes wrong, your grandpa and I will protect you. And that's how I ended up here. I can't believe you're a president! That company is bound to go under! It's not as easy as you think, so I'm not running the business myself. Huh? Even though I'm technically a co-president, I'm mostly focused on training employees. Training people is part of what being a president entails. So you're not even doing the cleaning job anymore? I'm not on site anymore, no, but maybe I'm still carrying the scent of it. Honestly, the things people have said about me have left me bewildered. I haven't heard any of that. It's your fault for not denying it. You know, there is no such thing as a bottom-level job. I feel sorry that you've grown up to be someone who looks down on others to this extent. After this incident, I doubt anyone would want to marry you when they see how you act. The debt from my claims and your damages will be enormous. But that's what you deserve. If you hadn't tried to exclude me from the wedding, things wouldn't have turned out this badly. You've got to be kidding me. I never even considered you my sister. You worked on your own, made your own money, and now you're the one throwing a tantrum like a child? Besides, I'm a grandchild too, you know. Grandpa and Grandma are on my side. We've lived together for so long, even if you contributed money. I've been there longer than you, so I must be more important. That's why Grandpa will help me. You think so? You really believe that? Just because you lived with them for a longer time doesn't automatically make you more special. Life isn't about quantity, it's about the quality of the relationships you maintain. The way you're treating me makes it clear you don't understand that at all. You can't talk to me like that! What do you think you know about my life? You've been absent most of the time. I may not have been there physically, but I was always concerned for you. I worked hard so that you could have a better life. The sacrifices I made were for your sake, yet you're here treating me like garbage. It's disheartening. You're the one who's pathetic. Just because you worked hard doesn't mean you can look down on me. You made your choices, and I didn't ask for any of this. Maybe you didn't ask, but I did everything I could to help. I took the burden of our lives. Now it's your turn to take responsibility. You can't keep blaming me for your failures. This is ridiculous. You're just trying to shift the blame on me. No, Hannah, I am pointing out the reality. The way you've behaved shows a lack of maturity. You're living in a fantasy world where everything revolves around you, and that's not how the real world works. I'm done talking. I don't need your advice or your pity. Fine, but know this. Life has a way of catching up with you. You can continue living in denial, but it won't last forever. You'll have to face the consequences of your actions eventually. I don't care. I'll make sure you pay for this. If that's what you want, go ahead, but just remember, I'm not the enemy here. I've always been on your side, even if you don't see it. You have never been on my side. You're just jealous of my life. Jealous? No, I'm worried. I'm worried that you're losing sight of who you really are. This isn't the Hannah I grew up with. She was strong, capable, and loving. I want to see her again. She's gone, and she's never coming back. That's not true. She's still there, buried under all the anger and resentment. You just need to dig deep and find her again. It's never too late to change, Hannah. Grandpa, Sienna's bullying me. I don't get it. If this keeps up, I'm going to end up in debt. You wouldn't want your adorable granddaughter to be in debt, would you? So please, give me some money, just like before.
Enough already, Hannah. It's time you understood the truth. We were wrong to spoil you. You need to handle this on your own because it's all self-inflicted.
Huh? Why? You've always helped me before.
We've explained many times that it was Sienna who helped you.
I thought Grandpa was just lying to protect Sienna's image.
Remember when you caused trouble at university, or when you got involved with a married man? It was Sienna who covered the settlement money and the compensation. We've shown you the documents, too. Did you think all of that was fabricated?
Yes, because Grandpa, you were always favoring Sienna. It was always about her achievements while trying to make me feel indebted.
You think so? I don't see it that way. You've looked down on Sienna for a long time.
That's not true. I never looked down on Sienna. If she had a proper job, I would have respected her.
Stop lying. When you got into trouble and needed money, what did you say? You complained, "There's no way I'm taking money from someone beneath me. That's my grandparents' money." You said that clearly.
Well, that's...
I love you as my granddaughter, and you're my daughter's legacy. I've tried to raise you well, but I can't help but think that we've failed, allowing you to become someone who causes trouble and doesn't care for her sister. If we keep bailing you out, it won't do you any favors. It's time you learn to live on your own.
Huh? I'm cuter than Sienna, so I should be treated better. I'm a way better person than someone who rummages through garbage.
What are you saying? You've never done a proper cleaning job in your life. You seem to look down on cleaning staff, but your mother was a cleaner. You know that, right?
Well, that's...
Disrespecting cleaning jobs is the same as belittling my daughter. I won't allow anyone to insult my daughter or my granddaughter any further. I'll sever ties with you.
You can't do that. What will happen to me? You need me around, right?
About that, Sienna has suggested we live together. We'll move to Sienna's house. We're gonna sell this place and we'll take all that's in our names. You, who've been so dependent on others, will end up with nothing.
Why won't you help me? I'm your cute granddaughter. Don't you think grandfathers would do anything for their grandchildren? Help me out.
If you can't understand after all this, it's too late. I know you were after what we would leave behind. I've heard you say you wished we would just disappear. Well, I'll do what you wished. It's time for you to face the consequences of your actions.
No, not Dad. What would I do without you and Grandma? How will I survive? I've never cooked or done laundry.
You've relied on others your whole life, and now you have nothing to show for it. What's left for you is only debt. A truly unfortunate life, I must say.
But Grandpa, I can't live like this. You're supposed to be my family. You can't just abandon me.
I'm not abandoning you. I'm trying to teach you a lesson. You need to learn to fend for yourself, Hannah. We've been too lenient, and it's time for a change.
This isn't fair. You were supposed to support me. I'm still your granddaughter, and I deserve some help.
Deserve help? You've squandered every opportunity we've given you. It's high time you recognize the mistakes you've made.
I didn't ask for this. You can't just decide my fate. I'm begging you.
The only person responsible for your fate is you, Hannah. You've made your bed and now you must lie in it.
But I'm scared. I don't know how to survive on my own. I need you.
Everyone faces challenges in life. This is your chance to grow up and take responsibility. We've done enough to help you. Now it's your turn to step up.
I can't believe this is happening. You're supposed to love me unconditionally. You can't just throw me out like this.
Love isn't about enabling poor choices. It's about guiding you to become a better person. And that means facing the reality of your actions.
This is so unfair. I didn't choose to be in this situation.
True, but you made choices that led you here. It's time to accept the consequences and learn from them.
Grandpa, you're going to be moving in with us soon, right? I'm heading over to help with the preparations for the move.
No, that's all right. There isn't much to move, so it's not necessary.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna burn everything that reminds me of Hannah. The luggage will be minimal.
You really don't have to go that far.
This is a form of closure. Hannah, she resembles your mother so much that I couldn't be as strict with her. I was too afraid of repeating past mistakes and trying not to make the same errors. It seems I've ended up making another one.
What do you mean by that?
You might not know this, but your mother and I didn't always get along very well.
Wait, what?
In the past, I was too harsh on your mother. Because of that, there was some rifts in our family. I thought it was better to be less strict this time, but I ended up being too lenient. I keep making mistakes.
That's not true, Grandpa. My mother did not resent you. She told me that while you were a strict person, it was because of you that she became such a decent person. She always said to turn to you whenever I needed help. You might be tough on yourself, but it's clear that you speak from a place of concern for those you care about.
Thank you, Sienna. Those words really comfort me.
The thanks should be coming from me. I haven't been able to do anything granddaughter-like until now. From now on, let's make some good memories together, not just for my parents, but for my grandparents, too. Hannah was forced to go through a divorce, which was a painful experience for both of us. As a result of the divorce, the financial implications became overwhelming. Because of the claims I made and the alimony I demanded, Hannah's debts ballooned to over $200,000. This enormous financial burden completely changed her life and the way she approached her daily activities. She found herself in a situation that seemed hopeless, struggling under the weight of such a huge financial obligation. Despite her efforts to work late-night jobs to make ends meet, it became apparent that she could not pay off the debt. She worked tirelessly, pounding her energy into multiple jobs, hoping to chip away at her growing bills. However, no matter how hard she worked, the amount she owed loomed over her like a dark cloud, making it nearly impossible for her to escape from its grasp. The stress of the situation only compounded her difficulties, and she felt trapped in a cycle of despair. Hannah also faced social stigma in her pursuit of employment. When she engaged in night work, she was often met with harsh judgments from others. Comments like, "How could you stoop to such lowly jobs?" were not uncommon, and these words stung deeply. Such criticism affected her confidence significantly, making it even more challenging for her to continue working in those jobs. It's one thing to be struggling financially, but to also face scorn and judgment from others made her feel even more isolated and alone. As time went on, her emotional state deteriorated. The sense of failure and hopelessness seemed to take a hold of her, and she became unable to work properly at night. It was already a difficult environment for her, but the emotional toll of her situation rendered her nearly paralyzed. It's heartbreaking to think that she had to endure such struggles. Now it feels like I have no idea where she is or what she's doing. The lack of communication has left me concerned about her well-being, and I often find myself thinking about her and wondering if she's okay. On the other hand, I've found some stability in my life during this tumultuous time. I'm living peacefully with my grandparents, who have been a source of comfort and support for me. Their presence in my life has been a blessing, and I often find solace in the warmth of their love and understanding. Living with them has given me a sense of belonging and security that I desperately needed after everything that happened with Hannah. While I continue to work as I always have, my job feels different now. It's still demanding, but it doesn't feel as burdensome when I come home to the welcoming embrace of my grandparents. Their joy in seeing me each day is incredibly heartwarming. I often reflect on how much they mean to me. They offer me advice and wisdom that I cherish deeply, and their experience in life helps ground me. I can share my thoughts and feelings with them, and they listen without judgment, offering comfort and guidance. Their encouragement reminds me that no matter how difficult life gets, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. They have lived through their share of struggles and have come out stronger on the other side, and their resilience inspires me to keep pushing forward. I have learned to appreciate the little moments like sharing meals together, having conversations about our day, or simply sitting in the living room while watching our favorite shows. These simple activities have become precious to me and are a reminder of the love and support I have in my life. Even though I worry about Hannah and hope she finds her way out of her troubles, I also understand that I need to focus on my own life. It's a delicate balance of concern for her while also cherishing the peace I found in my own life. I know that I cannot let her situation weigh me down completely, as I need to be present for my grandparents and for myself. In a moment of reflection, I sometimes think back to the times we spent together. There were joyful days filled with laughter and shared dreams, and then there were moments of tension that led us down the path to our separation. Those memories are bittersweet to recall, but I know they shaped who I am today. I've learned valuable lessons about love, responsibility, and the complexities of relationships through my time with Hannah. While Hannah battles her demons and the overwhelming pressure of her debt, I am grateful for the stability I have. I remind myself that every person's journey is different, and sometimes life takes unexpected turns that can lead us to unforeseen outcomes. I hope that Hannah eventually finds a way to rebuild her life, free from the chains of her past mistakes. I want her to find the strength to move forward, as I have, and to rediscover hope for the future. In the meantime, I will continue to hold my grandparents close, valuing the time I have with them. Life is fleeting, and I want to make the most of it by cherishing these moments of peace and love. I know they're getting older, and I want to ensure they feel supported and appreciated in their twilight years. Their love has been a guiding force in my life, and I want to give back to them in every way I can. As I navigate through my own journey, I strive to balance my past experiences with hope for the future. I want to honor the lessons I've learned while also embracing the new opportunities that life presents. Every day is a chance to grow and evolve, and I am determined to make the most of it, no matter what obstacles may come my way. I also reflect on the importance of self-care during this challenging time. I've started to engage in activities that bring me joy and help me unwind. Whether it's reading a good book, going for long walks, or practicing mindfulness, I find these moments refreshing and necessary for my mental well-being. It's easy to get caught up in worries about the future or concerns about others, but I've learned that I need to take care of myself first. By focusing on my well-being, I'm better equipped to support those I care about, including my grandparents and Hannah, if she ever reaches out to me again. I want to be in a position to help, rather than feeling drained and overwhelmed by my own struggles. I believe that by prioritizing my health and happiness, I can create a more positive environment for those around me. In conclusion, while Hannah's situation weighs heavily on my heart, I must continue to cherish the stability I've found in my life with my grandparents. They've been my rock, and their unwavering love reminds me of the importance of family and support during challenging times. I wish nothing but the best for Hannah, hoping she finds the strength to overcome her hardships. As I move forward, I carry with me the lessons from my past, the love of my grandparents, and the hope that tomorrow will bring brighter days.